Good evening, fantasy football managers. We are back with our week 3 preview for fantasy football on the Detroit Lions. And to start this video, we are going to talk about the big boys. So we got DeAndre Swift. Now, of course, he's a big part of this Lions offense, and he's almost always a must start. Now, he's been battling through some injuries. He only got a total of about 10 touches versus the Washington Commanders. He still did his thing. He still put up points. He got a touchdown. And he was more involved with the air game than he was in week 1. Just he didn't have as many rushes. He only had like 5 carries, so he wasn't as involved in the run game due to his injury. He was back at practice Wednesday. I have a feeling that he's going to have an increased role with this game being closer. It kind of seemed they came out the gates with Swift in that game versus the Commanders, but then once they realized, okay, we have control of this game right now, maybe like this drive or so, he doesn't necessarily need to be in the game. That's kind of when you saw Swift being taken out, and that's what led to him not having as many touches, I feel like. So I think he's a guy you got to go to and start versus Minnesota, and I'm not too worried about him. Second guy, Jamal Williams. I am benching him. I think he has a decreased role because I think Swift's role's increased. So that is why I'm benching Jamal Williams. He is always a hard guy to project because you never know when he's going to get those goal line stands because they like pounding the rock into the end zone with him. So, maybe if you're super thin on running back, you can give him a shot. But for the most part, I would stay away from Jamal Williams. The wide receiver core, you got DJ Chark, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got TJ Hawkinson. I mean, he's not a receiver, but he catches the football. And yeah, so for Amon-Ra St. Brown, must start. He's breaking records right now. He's doing his thing. He's a must start guy. I really don't have to go into depth about that. He's just him. And DJ Chark, last week I thought you should start him. Him and Jared Goff are having connection issues. Goff missed him for like an 80-yard touchdown last week. He's been having his fair share of the drops. It just seems like his head's not always in the game right now. So that being said, he's a great asset for the Lions because he's a threat over the top and he can make that big play happen, which is leading to, a great running game, just having him as a threat. But fantasy value-wise, I'm going to say go ahead and bench him. I don't think he's completely there right now, and I think him and Goff have some connection things they have to work out before I want to see him in a lineup again. So I'm benching DJ Chark this week. TJ Hawkinson, same thing. Him and Goff are not on the same page. Hawk leads the league. He either leads the league or he leads tight ends in the league with drops. He had like 2 or 3 last game, leading to a bad game. So he has not been playing his best football, and he's not been run blocking well. I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe James Mitchell even sees some time on the field next week if his issues continue to apply to the game. So TJ Hawkinson, yeah, I'm benching him as well. Unless if you don't have another tight end, that makes sense. It's very thin. I was going through. I saw Logan Thomas. I mean, I have Logan Thomas as my backup tight end, so I don't know if any of you guys have that situation where you have another solid tight end as your backup tight end. But if not, then I guess you got to give Hawkinson the start. And he has the potential to do it. It's just he's inconsistent. He's not on his game right now, so I don't know how much I trust that. Talk about the interior offensive line for the Lions real quick. Jonah Jackson's been doing a little bit of conditioning-wise, but I have a feeling he's not going to play with his finger injury, but he may. We still don't know that. It's just Wednesday. It's Thursday right now for me. So yeah, we don't know if he'll play yet. My guess is no, but he might. So he's there. I think Ragnar's going to be back this week, so that's good news. That's great news. And then, of course, we're still without a right guard. So we might get one of our offensive linemen back from this week. But as people could see, the Lions still ran the ball really well. And so it hasn't affected the performance too much. And then last but not least, I would not start the Lions defense. They are a little banged up. We think Amani will be back, but we don't know that for a fact. and Aiden Hutchinson's dealing with some bumps and bruises, but nothing's too serious. But I just don't like the matchup this week and stopping Dalvin Cook. So I think it'll be a high-scoring game. That being said, that is my breakdown for Week 3 of NFL Fantasy for the Detroit Lions.